this is Manin Rabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukola. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Golabinaka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Grove Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Good evening, I'm Akosita Tale. This is FBC News. Tonight, final 13 to be named shortly. CWM Hospital aims for quality healthcare. And Fiji attributes growth to MSG ties. Leading our news tonight, the Vodafone Fiji 7 side to play at next month's Rio Olympics will be named tonight. Our sports reporter Rohi Deo joins us live now from the Grand Pacific Hotel in Suva, where the team will be named. Rohit, what's the latest?
Good evening, Akosita. Yes, just over an hour remains before our men's and women's 7 side are named for the Olympic Games. The eyes of the rugby world will of course be on the men's side, knowing they are the top seed going into the tournament. Knowing Coach Ben Ryan, not too many surprises are expected tonight, as he is more likely to go with the seasoned campaigners. But of course, Masivesi Dakwanga and Viliame Mata are two players who are more likely to be named tonight. Dakwanga and Mata, they've had a great season with the national team, and that should be enough to give them the edge over Pio Tuai in Waisea the level. Pio Tuai's injury concerns over the past few weeks could be a factor that could affect in his selection. Robust Savenada Rawada should make a comeback to the 7th frame, while Samisoni Viriviri's experience should give him the edge over Amenonina Sila. So our FBC sports prediction for the final 13 is Leone Nakarawa, Semi Kunatani, Jasavere Malua, Apisa Indomo Lailai, Viliame Mata, Masivesi Dakwanga, Osea Kolinisau, Patemo Rabovo, Jerry Tuai, Samisoni Viriviri, Savenada Rawada, Joshua Tuisova, and Kitsione Talinga. Remember, this is our prediction, but the official team naming will be done by the Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama at 8:30 p.m. tonight right here. You can watch it live right here on Fbctv. So keep guessing. Who knows, your guess could be as good as ours, but stay tuned to Fbctv as we bring you the live coverage of the 7th team naming. Akosita.
Thanks for the update, Rohit. A 47-year-old man has died after he was involved in a road accident in Varavumba last night. Director Traffic SSP Mahesh Mishra says the incident occurred after 6 p.m. It's alleged that one of the tires of the vehicle driven by the 38-year-old suspect burst, causing the vehicle to veer onto the opposite lane and collided with the victim's vehicle. The victim's wife and 2 young children were also traveling with him. The victim's wife and 2 children aged 2 and 1 are currently admitted at the Lotoka Hospital and in critical condition. The road death toll currently stands at 27 compared to 34. Medical officers at the CWM Hospital in Suva met with Health Minister Choni Usamate this week to discuss ways to improve its services and its facilities. Sanyani Mboila reports the improvement of facilities at one of the biggest hospitals in the country will better cater for all Fijians.
Improving the quality of health care at the CWM Hospital to meet the increasing demands from the public is top priority. This was highlighted by Health Minister Choni Usamate during a brief with medical practitioners.
Once again, on this visit to CWM, I've come to learn about what they are doing, about the areas in which we have put a project for the whole ministry for facilities, for all of our facilities where there have been complaints about cleanliness, a lot of complaints about cleanliness, complaints about people not being given adequate information, and they're not being communicated to. And when people don't get communicated, they don't understand what's happening, and it leads to complaints. And also the issue about waiting times.
Medical officers have been providing leaflets that provided information for patients that access the hospital. However, Usamate says this needs to be reviewed.
I've come here to review what plans they've put in place, how well they've been able to achieve some progress on these things, so we can continually enhance the service that we provide to people. They've talked to me about some painting that they've done around the place, the cleaning up of the compound, so that as people walk in, it looks much better.
Osamati says this is a major challenge because resources are limited and medical officers are trying their best to provide quality healthcare services. The health minister is expected to visit hospitals in the Western Division next week. Sainia Nimboila, FBC News.
Fiji's consecutive economic growth can be attributed to strong connections with the Melanesian Spearhead Group, or the MSG. Fiji's Foreign Affairs Minister Ratuinoke Kumbombola highlighted this during the MSG Leaders Retreat on behalf of Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama. Ellen Stolz reports.
Fiji's economy is forecasted to grow at a rate of 2.8% in 2017, despite the detrimental impacts of Tropical Cyclone Winston earlier this year. Foreign Affairs Minister Ratuinoke Kumbombola says this is due in no small part to the strong ties that we have with the MSG, which has proved to work in our favor.
Our trade with MSG nations account for 24% of our trade with the Pacific Island countries. And we have also attracted investment from MSG member countries, especially from Papua New Guinea, across a wide range of economic sectors.
Kumbombola says Fiji also plans to sign the revised Melanesian trade agreement that has been broadened to include flows of service, investment and labor.
The agreement is a major milestone in diversifying Fiji's exports and imports and improving access to and integration into the multilateral trading system.
In order to be a serious participant in the multilateral trading system, we must ensure that the intertrade within MSG is not undermined by political interference and skewed application of domestic laws.
Kumbombola says taking this unique partnership with the MSG to a new level would complement the steady increase in intra-MSG trade annually. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Trial runs for the digital television program known as Walesi will be rolled out at the end of the year. Economy Minister Ayah Sayed Qayyum has revealed this during a business workshop in Suva that the government is now working with the International Telecommunication Union and a company from New Zealand. Sayed Qayyum says trial runs will be conducted soon.
We hope to go live with the Suva-Nosori-Lamy corridor by end of December. But what it also means is that once we get digital television, Fbctv will be able to get 2 channels without having to pay. So it gives the opportunity to get more access. So, you can probably split your programs. But from government's perspective also, it gives more opportunity for us to be able to show more community-based programs,
Sayed Qayyum has also confirmed the infrastructure is worth $16 million and actually comes out from the trust fund that the government have secured in the past few years. The Water Authority of Fiji teams have returned to work at the Manohan building in Asinu following an all-clear from the Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations. Water Authority of Fiji evacuated the building on the 29th of April following a series of small tremors. WEF staffs were advised to stay out of the building until it confirmed the building's safety. WEF senior management was told on July the 1st that all pertinent documents had been reviewed by the government and the building was safe to return to work in. Coming up on FBC News, MSG Secretariat to undergo restructure. Cancer cases on the rise. Stay with us.
My name is Freddy. I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Sala. I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Rakiraki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. The Melanesian Spearhead Group Secretariat is expected to undergo some major organizational restructure in the coming months. This was brought to light by newly appointed Director General of the MSG, Amenayo Voli, as he maps out his plans following his appointment yesterday.
First things first, the MSG Secretariat will need to be restructured to be able to deliver the leaders' mandates under the new leadership of Fiji's Amenayo Voli.
I walked into a secretariat which is in a very bad shape at all levels and by all means, particularly with the financial situation. We have a very precarious situation that I am now, with the support of the governing bodies, able to address right now.
While the revamping exercise will be progressively implemented over 2016 and 2017, Yavoli says it's important to continue to liaise directly with leaders,
so that our collaborative efforts on the issue that are important to members remain relevant to the organization, and the organization remain relevant to the priorities and to the implementation of leaders' mandates, because that will be key for me. The visibility and the standing of the organization will really depend on how best I will engage with the leaders as well as with the development partners.
Yauvoli says the Secretariat needs an upgrade to be able to work closely with members to strengthen its implementation issues so the MSG members can benefit from it. 1,200 cases of cancer are recorded every year, which is responsible for 10% of deaths in Fiji. This was revealed by Fiji Cancer Society chairperson Philip Lowe during the launch of the Fiji's biggest morning tea in Suva yesterday.
The Fiji Cancer Society says cancer continues to rise due to late detection and lack of awareness. FCS chairperson Philip Lowe says it's not a taboo topic of conversation and there is a need to talk openly about it.
One of the important things you should know about cancer and understand about cancer, it's an indiscriminate disease. It does not know race, it doesn't know gender, it does not know religion, it doesn't know age. If at any given time you have a slight doubt about whether you do or you do not have cancer, go and seek medical advice.
69-year-old retired nurse Emlen Duai, a breast cancer survivor, shared her experience during the biggest morning tea launch yesterday. She's counting her lucky stars after she consulted a doctor when detecting a lump on her breast in February last year.
Please don't hide it. Please don't keep it back. Go as soon as possible, because the sooner you come to the hospital, you get treated, the sooner you come back home. Because if you hide it, you know what the doctor told me that day? Doctor said, lucky we're still mobilizing your breast. If your breast was stuck onto the wall, chest wall, it's finished. You can't do anything more.
The biggest morning tea is organized every year to raise funds to fight against cancer. More than 900 people have been screened to date. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
29 students of Utia District School in Rewa now have better access to school. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy handed over a boat and engine worth $19,000 to the school for students who travel from Tavuya and Vunuku villages. The two villages are several kilometers away from the school, and students had to walk through bushes and cross creeks to reach the institution and back home.
The long-term prosperity and stability in this country requires us to develop an educated and knowledge-based society. That's why this government is investing massive amounts of funds in education.
The minister also handed over chainsaw and stationery to the school. Hundreds flocked to Lambasa's Subrel Park last night to get a glimpse of 3 local kirtan artists featuring on Radio Fiji 2's Kirtan Night. This is the first time the 3 local artists got together to put on a show in front of its Lambasa fans. Radio Fiji 2 will continue to host a 3-corner Kirtan Night around the country to promote local kirtan artists. Model castings for the Project Chechimon was held at the Broadcasting House in Suva today. Project Chechimon Director Andy Blake says that they have decided to create a platform to discover new Fijian talents both in the field of designing and modeling. Blake was today amazed by the good turnout.
We're only looking for like a small number of models today, but I was really amazed at the turnout. We've got some really good models, and it's going to be good to showcase all these fresh faces come the 6th of August, who will be modeling with some of the elite group, or I'd like to call them the elite group because they're more experienced, the models that were part of Project Chechimon last year.
The Project Chechimon and Model Awards will be held on the 6th of August at the Grand Pacific Hotel in Suva. Up ahead in sports, Prime Minister launches Team Fiji's uniforms. And Fiji football team named for Olympics. We'll have this and more after the break.
आपको खरगंगा की रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोलो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाटोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी, हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तब होता मैं कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. Be the best in everything you do. This was the message by Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama to the Team Fiji athletes at the launch of the Olympic Games uniforms in Suva today. Rohi Deo tells us more.
Donning the national colours to the Olympics, these athletes were reminded by Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama of what sports means to our nation.
Whenever the Fijian people see our men and women excel in competition against bigger and more resourced nations, it inspires all of us to pursue our passions with the confidence that we, as Fijians, are capable of anything.
Bainimarama encouraged the athletes that our passion for sports speaks of how big we are, despite Fiji being small in size.
That our future as Fijians is not dictated by the size of our nation, but the size of our hearts. By our determination to win and our unwillingness to take a backseat to anyone, but by our commitment to be the very best that we can be.
Some athletes who were present at the launch today included Osea Kolonisau, Jerry Tuai and Kitione Talinga from the Sevens team, David Tawarani Valu and Saula Wanga from the football team, and Sharon Smith and Matalita Buandromo from swimming. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji Under-23 football side to play at next month's Rio Olympics has been named. Shanil Naidu and Simeone Tamanisau are the two stoppers, with Chalen Reloa, Colinio Sivoki and Elvin Singh leading the backline. Roy Krishna, Anish Kam, Nikhil Chand, Saulawanga and Yosef Overevo are some of the names who will lead the charge up front. The side is pooled with Korea, Germany and Mexico at the tournament. This is the first time a Fijian football team will take part in the Olympics. The Suva rugby side edged Nandi 36-33 in the Skipper Cup competition this afternoon. In other matches, Naitasiri beat Mazuwata 49, Vatukola defeated Lautoka 25-24, while Tailevu beat Tavua 19-14. The last round of matches will be played next week. The second round of the Vodafone Youth League continued in Suva today. Nasinu defeated Northland Tailevu 2-0, while Tailevu Naitasiri upset Suva 5-3. Fiji Football Association Competitions Manager Mitesh Pal says, looking at the level of competition at this stage, the future of football looks bright.
We have under-19 which is currently being played. Alongside we have under-17 which is also being played, and as we go along we can see the future of football very bright in coming years.
Meanwhile, matches in the Senior League and Under-17 League continue tomorrow. Santa Samu Kerevi scored a try, but it wasn't enough as his Queensland Reds team went down to Melbourne Rebels 31-28 in Super Rugby last night. In another encounter, the Blues beat the Waratahs 34-28. The Highlanders take on the Chiefs in a mouth-watering Super Rugby clash tonight. The match kicks off at 7:35 p.m. It was a cold and chilly morning with fine weather experienced around the country today. However, cool conditions is expected throughout the night. Sabu Sabu was the coolest today at 26 degrees. Suvamba and Nandi followed in the higher 20s, while Ambassa was the warmest again with 33 degrees. For tomorrow, you can expect a fine sunny day to spend with family and friends outdoor. And looking ahead, fine apart from isolated brief showers about the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands, cool at night And at sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas, moderate southerly swells. And recapping the main stories tonight, final 13-member Sevens team to be named. Fiji's consecutive economic growth has been attributed to MSG ties, and CWM Hospital plans to improve the quality of its healthcare. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. This week's question, can the Fijiana win gold at Rio Olympics? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizensize@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News, or if you are on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. Good night.
Alango Katonasia Tugotua, Awonia Saurara, although we will take you on a TV and a market Tawa. Although Talitagana, Warrongana, Bula FM, and Nambandu and a set.
Pulamana Viti, Nadango Palacio Materia, one may Nanan Bulubulo Tabiuni, Ausatuga Nandi, and the Talita in Warrongo and a Bula FM. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 and seri.